All right, boys, we are live. I have a banger video. I've been kind of MIA for the last 48 hours, a little bit. I got my predictions out yesterday. But I have a banger waiting in the wings that I've been heavily researching. Because it's actually a heater that deserves more attention, to be honest. And I'm hoping to maybe record that tonight and maybe get it out tonight. I don't know yet, to be honest. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's going to be a heater. It's going to be a heater. Also, we got some stuff to talk about. We got UFC 323. We got some breadcrumbs of a potential Ilia Topuria Paddy Pimblett fight. We got some breadcrumbs of that. We got Khamzat saying, "Give me Alex Pereira," and we got hypocritical fans crying about it. And yeah, whatever else you guys want to talk about. I'm sorry that it's late. I should have been live sooner. I'm kicking myself for not being live sooner. But it's just what ended up happening, unfortunately. So it is what it is. We're here now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The channel shadow ban. So I don't even know if people are going to get notifications, to be quite honest. So we'll see. Let me know if you guys got notifications. I'm curious. Joey Late, what's good? Is about Khamzat. Hello, fam. I got the notification. All right, good. Vapes. What is up, Camille? What is up? The one who vapes. Made men. Camille, you can leave. Matthew Thompson already talking trash. What do you think of the Brady Morales edition of 322? I think 322 is incredible. I really love 322. 322 gets me excited. It really does. 322 is really nasty. I might even do a dedicated video on that. It's just crazy to me that it's fitting to be the end of the year already. Where has the time gone? I have no clue. Fuck off. Okay, ain't no way. Yeah, Brady Morales is a banger fight. Love it on 322. Love 322 card. And I am picking Morales probably. Backdoor boys checking in. What if this was one of the backdoor boys? Huzefo with the 199. Guru calls me out because I'm a fan of your channel. What do you mean by that? He calls you out because you're a fan of my channel. What he sees you in chat? He is a watcher. I know that. He does watch. He gets around. He gets around quite a bit from my understanding. Just not with women. Finally spitting facts. What is up, Chase? Cut Talbot if he loses. I actually think Talbot's going to smoke Cejudo. Maybe I'm crazy. But I think he might smoke Cejudo. As crazy as that sounds. But damn, Huzefa's out here taking fire from MMA YouTubers over watching the channel. What are your thoughts on Cejudo Talbot? I think the UFC hates Cejudo. And I know it's easy to say Hani Barcelo's out-grappled Talbot. I think Talbot's been working on his wrestling nonstop, his grappling nonstop. And I think Cejudo's never used his wrestling to hold anybody down for long periods of time. Name me one fight where Cejudo really used his wrestling. There isn't one. So, it is what it is. Definitely a Brokeback Mountain type. Heard a rumor Matthew Thompson's actually Guru's burner. May very well be. Joey Sean O'Malley called you a fat loser. Back then, I didn't know that. I forgot about that, but yeah. People in chat told him apparently I'm active in your chat. And so he has called me on a few times to get some ad and calls me an MMA Joey fan. But you guys actually agree most of the time. Listen, I really think if you're that butthurt over other MMA opinions, I don't know, man. Like, cry me a fucking... There's so many people that are be like, oh man, Joey, you're the worst. How does it... Like, I see people on Twitter mainly. They'll be like when I scroll through my mentions, they'll be like, man, you're the worst creator out there, bro. I'm like, then don't watch. I'm telling you right now, in terms of MMA fans, I'm under a lot of people's skin. I've realized that really over the last 6 months or so. Like, obviously, that's one of my biggest strengths is really getting under people's skin. But I realized that over the last 6 months that I'm embedded, man. I'm living rent-free in a lot of people's heads. There's a lot of people on MMA YouTube. I'm talking about people who watch, people who create, who hate my guts, and I guess they'll always hate my guts, you know? It's weird hating somebody, I guess, for espousing different opinions than yours. But guess what? I actually love being disliked. It's kind of a weird thing. So it is what it is. But I'm sorry to hear that you're being harassed on my behalf, I guess, Suzefa. Or both bums anyway. True. Fan is kind of bummy. That's true. Guru wants to be Joey so bad. Okay, thanks for going live. Joey, your streams help me. You're welcome. Justin Gaethje also doesn't use wrestling, even though he could. I think Gaethje using wrestling is a myth. Sup, bro? What's up, Landon? They mad because you're gonna do they mad because they gotta do as they're told, and you be more independent. Exactly. Independent MMA media, it just doesn't exist anymore. I hate to break it to you guys, it literally doesn't exist. There's probably channels that I don't know about, but for all intents and purposes, independent MMA does not exist. MMA media does not exist. It's sad. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. Because you have the MMA media, which are Dana White lapdogs, Dana White sycophants, Dana White shills, UFC payroll bitch boys, Zuffa zombies, WME pussy boys, whatever you want to call them. And then you have the creators who essentially are slaves to mostly shilling out for Dana in the UFC, but also just pandering to popular opinion for a multitude of reasons, whether it be monetary gain, popularity, views. It's just what they do, man. It's just what they do. And it's just like every video, every concept is how can I get as much money as possible. And it's sad. It's sad. Most of it's just UFC shilling. It's UFC shilling. It's embarrassing. Then you have the gambling bros who are just trying to get you to sign up, man. Enter code blank and get $50 back on DraftKings. Like, oh my God. When I hear that, I just want to beat somebody to death over that. Allegedly. Huzefa, thank you for the $9.99. That will change because he doesn't actually watch your content. I think he tiers random picks you pick, like Ank, Talbot. That's what he latches onto, but majority of the time, you two agree. I'll take your word for it, Huzefa. Thank you for the $9.99. So again, what you're describing is a lack of critical thinking. But from what I hear, apparently I watch his content, find out his takes, and go the complete opposite is what I hear. What people tell me all the time, which I can't imagine how wrong he must be if that's true. But thank you for the $10, you MMA Joey fan, you bum. Fucking what kind of fool? Imagine watching MMA. Imagine watching Joey. That feels weird saying my name. I don't know how many times I've ever said that. Imagine watching Joey, bro. Total beta soy boy, man. I mean, can everyone point and laugh at Huzefa? Imagine not only watching Joey, but donating to Joey. I mean, seriously. What an embarrassment. Shout out to Carlos MMA. What's going on, man? What is going on? Just joined. Is your YouTube video is also down? I don't know. I tried to watch a YouTube video earlier and it was down, so I don't know what was going on. If Amon beats Severa, does he get the next title shot? No. He will not get the next title shot. Nope. I mean, if Pereira calling for DDP and now avoiding Khamzat isn't the most obvious indicator that he's always wanted favorable matchups his whole career, then I don't know what is. That's what he wants, man. Pereira likes being babied. He likes being babied. That's the truth. Can't forget the lotto. I know the UFC is just desperate attempt to make money. It's sad. At every turn, they're just trying to get you. What did Ariel do? He got embarrassed on his show by Paulie Maldonado, and Ariel was acting like he 10-7'd him. He got humiliated. Dude called him out for being just like all the other MMA media, which he basically is. He's like, oh, man, I haven't talked to Dana since 2016. All right, well, you were dick riding him then, bitch. And what about Connor? And then he immediately started cutting him off. Immediately started cutting him off. You know what's crazy? Joey picked Ank the second time and lost. You took it on the chin while other MMA community cope about the first fight, saying Alex was sick. Yeah, that's true. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Joey's the real alpha of the MMA community. That's actually true. Y'all forget Joey got a life and gets pussy. He's so based. Based, man. Khamzat needs to defend middleweight at least once before moving up. I don't know. Thoughts on Ank's training footage from today? Seemed like his broken ribs have made an impeccable recovery. JP, how do you know when that footage was taken? I'm waiting for an answer. How do you know when that footage... So, just because he posted the footage and said, basically, I got to move on from the loss, that means guaranteed he was training today? And what was he fucking taking body shots? He broke his ribs a month ago and it affected his training camp. Like, I get it. You like to try to get with the pointed questions. Like, man, thought about the impeccable recovery. Blah, blah, blah. Like, with no logic. So if he broke or dislocated his ribs a month ago and couldn't train, but then fought and lost, and now it's 2 weeks later, he can't post potentially old training footage as like a message to fans, like, I'm moving on. So, and May Joey's the best. Thank you, Vapes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your support this year, too, as well. Which has been insane. Your support this year has been absolutely insane, bro. UFC 323 is a great card. Look at the card. It is a solid card. I made a video about it. It's a solid card for sure. It really is a pretty damn solid card. It's kind of sandbagged, though. Let's be honest. They sandbagged this card for hardcores. But yeah, I like it a lot. I'm here, baby. Sauger is here. Sauger is here. Dude, JP, you're just asking pointed questions with that's devoid of all logic. So you know what? I'm just not dealing with it tonight. I don't want to hear it. I'm timing you out. Get out of here, bro. But I'll read the dumb message that makes absolute... Did Ank lose to a shot to the ribs or a shot to the face and curl up into a ball? Did Ank lose to a shot to the ribs and curl up like a ball? I don't know. Why don't you ask Pereira? Because Pereira said he pounded on the ribs during the stoppage. So I'll just defer to Pereira. Pereira says he won with ground and pound to the ribs. That is what Alex Pereira has said or alluded to. So I'll defer to him, dude. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, you try to get these, like, gotcha questions. He did curl up, though? No. Do you know what the definition of curled up is? Do you know what the do these motherfuckers not know what curled up means? Do you not have a dog that curls up? Like, it's crazy. Did he fight back? No. Did he cover up? Yeah. He curled up into a ball. Anthony Smith gets on his hands and knees and curls up into a ball. But it is what it is. We're just arguing semantics. Curled up like Anthony Smith? That's what you think it is? I mean, that's crazy. I get it. Like, some of you guys like to be salacious and it's kind of funny sometimes. And I do the same thing. But, like, sometimes I think the over dramatizing of certain things, I think some of you guys start to actually believe it. You know? Like, I said Stipe got folded like a lawn chair against Francis Ngannou, which he did get folded like a lawn chair. And then Francis got knocked out in a memeable way, and they were like, well, Francis got folded like a lawn chair. And it really just wasn't the same, but I kind of got the point they were trying to make. But at the same time, it's like, do you actually believe that's reality, or are you just making up bullshit? People forget when Khamzat called out Alex in 2023 and was waiting for Alex's response, but people were saying Khamzat doesn't deserve a chance to fight Alex while he's at 185. You're the king of that. You said Pereira was dominated in 3-2 decision. Listen, it was a clear 4-1, and Pereira landed like one punch the entire fight. If you don't think being completely shut down is... like, I'm being dead serious. I truly believe 100% undoubtedly that was a domination. Pereira landed one punch the entire fight. Just like Pereira won via domination. Because Ankalaev landed close to nothing. He did break his foot, though, in one round. So he broke a bone. So I don't know. So it is what it is. Listen, I get some of you guys think you got the gotcha moments, and you're just not that smart. Like, it's just really sad. A lot of you guys just aren't, like, a lot of the haters that come in the chat and try to buck up just a little bit because they won't dare step to these waters. They just, it's just devoid of logic. You can't, you'll never get me. You're never going to get me. I mean, it's possible. It's possible, I guess, but 98, 99% of the time, you're not going to get me. You're just devoid of logic. I always base my analysis on logic. So it's like, I don't have to twist myself into pretzels to remember this or that. Robin, thank you for the $4.99. Sorry I haven't been tuned into live as much. Been busy with wedding prep, 3 weeks to go. But LW at HLR content this ought the day still. I have no idea what that meant. So you're going to have to send another donation. But LW at HLR content this throughout the day. You are readable. Your opinions are just what the contrary or woke. What does that even mean? Describe that. Describe what woke means. Tell me what woke means. A lot of people use it as like a buzzword. Essentially, if you don't go online and spew racial slurs or homophobic slurs or judge people based on their religion, from my understanding, that's now what's called woke. It's just a buzzword people in politics use, man. Suck my dick. How about that? How about that? I meant to say I'm still watching your content throughout the day. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Robin. Thank you for still watching. So, appreciate you. Thank you for the $5. Would Mark Juan beat anyone ranked right now? Is that from Dana White's Contender Series? Because I didn't watch. So it's a domination when Merab beat Umar, but when Ank beat him the first time, it was a close fight. Interesting. I see a pattern here. It's always trying to play revisionist history. But the funny thing is, the reason they get so defensive is because they know it's not true. That's the truth. Remember the good, the bad, and the ugly when Tuco was choking at the end of a rope and Clint saved him by shooting through the rope? I don't know who that is. Did you see Patchy Mix asking to be released to go back to PFL? No, he did not. Joey, also, can you correct these casuals online? Boers never said he only fight Pereira next. He said he'll face Chimaev, RDR, Fluffy. Whoever the UFC gives him doesn't matter. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of people saying that, but yeah, he just said he wants to fight him. Robin, thank you for the $4.99. I will become a made man, the first card at Ilia headlines in 2026. I'll hold you to it, Robin. I'll remember that. I will remember that, my friend. Thank you for the $4.99. Made man incoming. Joe, you mocked Alex for having a broken hand in the first fight. Why act like Ankalaev is the only fighter to have an injury going into a fight? I have not acted like that. So now you're making up what's called a straw man argument. Find me one statement where I've ever acted like nobody has ever gone into a fight injured ever. You will not find that statement. Also, Alex did not have a broken hand going into the first fight. That was made up from a troll online that Joe Rogan ran with. So, yeah, none of the shots landed to the head. That's the truth. None of the shots landed to the head. Only the body shots landed. That's the funniest part about the whole damn thing. That's the funniest thing about the whole dang thing. Like the stream, haters. Yeah, if you guys could like the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. Is it just me or am I crazy excited for 321? It's a banger card. Excuse me. I don't know if it was... I don't know if it's a banger, but it's a pretty solid card from top to bottom. Where did Patchy ask to be released? I don't know. I'm a man of my word. All right, Robin. I've been waiting for Robin to come back and start a dono war. Getting real bummy around here lately. Joey, can you say, don't you dare stop this, Herb? Don't you dare stop this, Herb. 12 to 6 elbows don't count as blows to the head. Not when they don't land to the head. Oh, my God. Are you really that stupid? Who will be for Ank in the next fight? I don't know. 322 is better than 308. I agree. Pereira a coward knowing Ank was injured and exploiting it. That's true, man. It's just crazy, man. The same fans that want to cry about Raja Jackson getting his receipt are celebrating what Pereira did to Ankalaev. I mean, they're fucking hypocrites, man. Raja Jackson can't get his receipt on a war veteran, but they'll celebrate what Pereira did to Ankalaev. I can't believe weeks later we're still on this. Everyone here, who cares? Ank got finished round 1 and that's that. Who cares if he looked like a lion bitch or not? Alex won. Let's move on. Yeah, Alex did look like a lion bitch. That's true. But people are just naturally going to talk about it. Jay, Umar's negative 500 against Mario. Wow, the odds makers are really still high on Umar. I wonder if he dominates Mario. I think it'll be close, but I think Mario will fade as the fight goes on. None of the shots landing to the head made Ank look worse. Bro quit to a body shot like Bo Nickel. Yeah, that's what happens when you're forced to fight with a broken rib. Otherwise, you'll be stripped of the belt. Ank was talking trash, though. Prove it. Prove it. You think Yuri beats Ank? I think it's possible. Guys, Joey isn't a contrarian. He just happens to love Bilal, Ian Gary, Mario Batista, Muhammad Makayev, and Ank. What do all those guys have in common? Anybody, anywhere, anytime, and they're also elite. Might just be an interesting thing. Betting on Umar's free money, not when he's negative 500. Mario could win that fight. And what's crazy is Mario could make it close and people act like Umar isn't good. I did not see the highlights from yesterday's Dana White's Contender Series. I stopped watching Dana White's Contender Series until I do predictions. Other than like 2 weeks ago, I did watch. Because it's basically just super low-level guys come in to put on super exciting fights, but low-level fights, so Dana can pay them really cheap money, and brain-dead fans fall for it. For me, it's like a high-scoring preseason game. If you're a football fan, you understand what I'm saying. It's like a high-scoring shootout preseason game. That's what it is. Does anybody understand that comparison? That's an interesting take have on Mario fading because he was saying how 3 rounds favor Umar. Now, 3 rounds actually favor him. Dead serious. The Umar cardio narrative is a massive myth that I would bet my life on. I don't understand how people don't know. Oh, well, Umar won 4 minutes of the 5th round against Merab. And his body language just didn't look great. How is that equivalent to being like gassed out? That was a high output fight from both guys. A lot of people would have folded. I'd rather Ilia fight Paddy than Justin. Me too. Moicano cannot afford to lose. Apparently he can. You know UFC isn't giving another shot at the belt. They're going to make Yuri Ulberg for the vacant title. Pereira isn't fighting again at light heavyweight. Yeah, thank God Pereira saved the weight class, man. To sit out for 12, 11, 10 months. Yeah, thank God Alex Pereira won, man. He saved the weight class by sitting out for 10 months, demanding to fight a 40-year-old retired fighter without a title. He saved the weight class, boys. He saved the UFC. He saved the weight class, man. He's got all that personality, all them Instagram followers. He sells so many pay-per-views. He hangs out with Nina Drama, man. Thank God, man. What we have done, man, if Ank would have been an active champion. Instead, we got Pereira sitting on the sidelines begging to fight a 40-year-old who's retired with no title. Thank God Pereira took it. But I think actually Ank will get another title shot because the division's so shit. So I actually think he will fight for a title again. He might even be champion by the end of 2026. So... John Jones is such a scrub. I agree. Who wants to see old-ass Jones fight anymore? He's past his prime. He's retired. Do you think Ank will need more than one win to get back to the title? Actually, probably not. Just the way the division is laid out right now, probably not. I say you book him against Khalil early 2026, first quarter 2026, and he's right back in title discussion. And you know what's funny? The more I think about it, the more I don't think the UFC will run him through a whole rigmarole, is because they know that he bucked up for them and he fought Alex Pereira gravely injured. So they will show him not favoritism, but they will give him a little bit more of preferential treatment than they were before. Excuse me. You just have to be ready to step in for a title shot. Why is Khamzat ducking JDM wanting to move up a division? Casual alert. Casual alert. I'm done. Dude said Khamzat's ducking JDM wanting to move up a division. I'll be damned. You read none of my comments, but good night anyways? I thought I did. Hey, Joey, I got to go to bed. Good night. Good night. Why is you flipped my logic on me? You're talking about Khamzat being in a division that he was not in, that he's not in. I don't understand how that's my logic. He's not been in that division for years. You're talking about him ducking in a division he hasn't been in years? JDM will get done worse than DDP. JDM will get finished badly. Though Islam moving up technically stalled the welterweight division too. Yeah, a little bit. Welterweight division's been stalling for fucking years. It's been annoying, man. Bilal was going to uninstall it and then got injured. It's annoying. Can we just book Pereira Khamzat? Fuck it. Just Khamzat can relinquish his middleweight title. And we get Khamzat Pereira. 10-8 Usman in the first round, just let you know. Joey, it's time we admit the casuals got one over on us. They definitely got lucky as hell. The bum Pereira hit the lot. I don't think they really got lucky. I just think it's the circumstances led to what they were. Khamzat ducking Kaiker France. Do you, the YouTuber Bedtime MMA? Do you? I don't know what that even means. Have I heard of him? I've heard his name before. I don't really know who he is. Gary said Islam has nothing for JDM on the feet. Is that what he said? I mean, on the feet, JDM does have an advantage. Welterweight been a shit show for years. I know we've talked about that for a long time. Shama will KO Khamzat so fast it'll be worse than Ank. You think so? Let's book it, man. Pereira can get a warm-up fight while he's waiting for Jones at the White House. Who needs Umar versus Merab early 2026? I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Thoughts on Bilal claiming Gary turned down 3 rounds? I could have swore it was already booked for 5 rounds. So I don't know what's going on there. I would love to hear. Was Gary asked about that on Ariel's show, or did Bilal come out and say that after the fact? Didn't Dana say it was 5 rounds initially or no? If so, it's disappointing. I don't think it's the end of the world. But maybe Gary said, you know, I fought a bunch of 5-round fights. I'd like a 3-round fight. Do you think the Ravens can turn stuff around? No. It was never said to be 5 rounds. Can you go back and watch the Dana announcement? Dude, I swear he said that. Like, I don't know if it's just an implanted memory. Can you just go back and double check? I swear I thought it was a 5-round co-main for some reason. Or maybe I just read a tweet. Let me see. Nah, maybe not. Gary good, but too many videos of him explaining something that was just said. Just fight, bro. All he does is fight. Take on the toughest possible matchups at all times. About time the welterweight division gets some new blood. Usman's talking about fighting for the title. Gary gassed out against a smoker Prates. He never wants to fight 5 rounds. Are you really that dumb? I'm not even going to correct you because I'm just going to assume everyone in my community that's watching the stream would know how devoid of logic that is. I'll just assume. Thoughts on Brady taking a huge risk against Morales? He's got to fight him. Gary would have took the fight. Like, take a big fight, bro. You beat up Leon. Leon's kind of bummy at this point. Gary off the couch, put a high pace on Prates for 24 minutes. Dude, Gary's cardio looked unbelievable in the Prates fight, I thought. Umar needs 2 more wins back of the line. Well, good thing the line isn't long, buddy. They're the same people who don't want Khamzat to move up and face Alex are the same people who want Topuria to move up and fight Islam hypocrites. Moon, you want me to expose them even worse, bro? The same people who don't want Khamzat to move up and fight Pereira want Pereira to move up and fight for the heavyweight title, even though Pereira has not defended his title. Boom. Exposed. Brutally exposed. There you go. You didn't even need to bring it Topuria into this, bro. That's just the way it is, man. They want Pereira to move up even though he hasn't defended his title. Why did someone comment on my video WrestleMania main event? Did I say that in my video? Did I say that? I don't remember saying that. Can anyone confirm that? Thoughts on Gary claiming he'll KO Bilal? I think Gary talks a big game, and a lot of times he backs it up. But I don't know if he's KOing Bilal. Joe, when's the next stream on your gaming channel? I don't know, man. I got to get my computer fixed, and it's just a massive fucking hassle. It's a massive hassle. I gotta take my fucking computer to get fixed. It's so annoying. And I've just been dealing with it for a year. But it's annoying as hell. And it makes me not even want to do my gaming channel. Alex and Ulberg would have been a sick fight. Agreed. Hasn't Alex beat all top 6 light heavyweights except Ulberg? It makes sense for Alex. He hasn't defended his title, man. Get a couple title defenses. You just won the title. Get a couple title defenses, man. Don't make me have to go back to 1865 to claim those title defenses against guys injured, coming back from catastrophic injuries. I did not drink enough water today, I'll tell you that much. DDP, Khamzat are the same size. DDP is bigger than Khamzat, but not stronger than Khamzat. Big difference if Izzy can take down Alex. What makes you think Khamzat, who's taking every... Dude, Khamzat will ragdoll Pereira. Ariel was saying how whoever wins the decision, the welterweight fights ain't getting the next title shot. Dude, he was like giving Bratz advice to try and get the finish of him around. Dude, I swear, Ariel's such a UFC dick rider, bro. Like, he thinks he knows fucking everything. And I swear, I think Ariel's trying to get back in good graces with the UFC. Like, he seems desperate to get in the good graces of the UFC. I really do believe that. Joey, are you going to do a video on Paulie owning Ariel? Did you see my tweet? Did you see my tweet? I probably will. This shit's hilarious, man. Ariel got embarrassed, and he thought he won. He thought he won. It was really bad. Dude is bouncing on it for Dana. I know. I know. He really, I swear on my life, Ariel has ulterior motives. And I'm telling you, I was doing some research on Ariel. And I seen some shit yesterday that actually kind of made me sick. Stand up and dance for me, Ariel. Remember when he was saying Leon should defend against Conor McGregor? Oh my God. Ariel will get down on his knees for any man. Pereira should stop trying to get fight to go to the sport and fight someone from a lower division. Exactly. Retired 40-year-old man. Washed up. Why don't you try to fight Chuck Liddell instead? He really changed the subject when the Conor... Yeah, and he wouldn't let him go back to it either. Looking back, Nick Diaz was on point with his evaluation of Ariel Helwani as a person. The funny thing is, I've always had a gripe with Ariel Helwani, but because I've taken up for him at certain periods of time, people act like I was an Ariel fanboy. Bro, I was so disgusted as well seeing Ariel talk about a political situation. What a bitch. I seen a clip of this dude saying he's never been more proud to be an American. Andy will like that one. Ariel said the other day he's never been more proud to be an American. That's wild. That is wild. Crazy. It is what it is. I swear, Ariel's desperately trying to get back into UFC's good graces. I seen him dick riding Trump on social media too. I mean, that shit is humiliating, man. Imagine groveling. I'm telling you. I'm trying to think of an example of a show or something. I don't know, but all these dudes groveling like for jobs and for relevance and for favor, and it's just embarrassing, man. It really is embarrassing. Well, you said about Alex not wanting any smoke from Khamzat. He doesn't. Joey, do you believe Ariel does try to instigate between fighters or not? Yeah, a little bit, but I think he actually does a good job of that. I think he asks pointed questions that are interesting. Bro, why are you asking about voting? I don't vote. I don't vote. You said yourself that age matters less in the heavier weight classes. Okay? But calling out a 40-year-old who has one fight in the last 3 years who's been retired and doesn't have a title is kind of bummy. I've always liked Ariel until the last 2 years. I never liked Ariel, and no, that's actually a lie. I liked Ariel when I first got into sport, but then I realized who he was. And a lot of people don't even get it right, man. They don't get it right. They're like, Ariel stood up to the UFC and he faced the consequences. That's not true. That is not true at all. He was getting checks from the UFC and Daddy Dana White. He was being their glorified publicist for a long time, for year after year. I remember one day I'm going to have my buddy on who I used to talk MMA with all the time. And he can verify this. We're talking like 2013, 2014, 2015. I said, Ariel is on these motherfuckers' payrolls. I don't have any evidence to prove it, but they are signing his checks. I know it for a fact. This dude is a glorified publicist posing as a journalist. And then he did one thing the UFC didn't like, and they gave him the boot, which I think is shitty on the UFC's part, but at the same time, I kind of understand why. And then Ariel went the route as, I'm an independent journalist. You've been carrying their water for years. And now the one time you don't listen to them, I don't know. It is what it is. So Ilia Paddy maybe? I think that's probably what's going to happen. That's probably what's going to happen, I think. Joey, did Luke and Ariel have a falling out? I've never seen them collab or talk on their shows. They did, but I thought they patched things up. I don't know. If I ever have Luke on again, which I would like to at some point in time, I'd like to have a lot of people on right now, but I just haven't had the time. Excuse me. I'll ask him. I know damn well Joey didn't dare go live without running it by me first. I didn't. Can you guys like the stream and subscribe to the channel? I would greatly, 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 greatly appreciate it. I would appreciate the support. Definitely Topuria Paddy instead of Trash Justin. I prefer the Paddy fight. I preferred the Paddy fight to the Oliveira fight. Oliveira had one fight win streak over Chandler. At least Paddy had a win streak, even though one was Chandler. Would you have Guru on? Yeah, I would. I wouldn't want to right now because, like, I know he has like 100,000, over 100,000. I wouldn't ever want people being like, "Oh, this dude leached off of somebody else." You know what I mean? So I would have to have I would have to have over 100K, and then I'd have him on. If Pereira is bummy for calling out 40-year-old man, then so is Khamzat. They are born 10 days apart. Okay, but one's 40-year-old and retired and hasn't fought in years, or only fought once in the last few years. Joey Loki, I think Ilia Paddy is less competitive than Gaethje. Ilia both end in the first round, though. Paddy's chance. Now, I think Paddy will be all right. I think he'll get finished, but I think he'll be all right, man. I think Paddy has a chance in the grappling. I just think so lowly of Gaethje's grappling, man. Ever since I've seen him slob on Habib's dick. Would you interview Strickland? Sure, I would. The UFC holding onto those big cards for Paramount deals annoying? They're sandbagging, bro. They're sandbagging. No Khamzat, no Topuria. They're sandbagging. It's annoying. Is Alex going to be Khamzat's fastest finish? Probably. I think he ragdoll Pereira, but imagine Pereira stuffs the takedowns. If Pereira beat Khamzat, I would take back everything I ever said of him, even though I believed it at the time. If he stuffed Khamzat's takedowns and beat the dog shit out of him on the feet, I'd take back. I would issue a full-throated apology. An interview with Strickland or Chandler would be cinema. I don't think they would ever come on, man. My name's not... I don't have a big enough name in this community, even though everyone seems to care about my opinion somehow. Damn. People forget, man, Shama was eager to fight Dricus. I know. I called that out. You must follow me on Twitter, don't you? Because that's the truth. Joey, when's the last time you've been to a Super China buffet? I don't know if I ever have been. What's a Super China buffet? Dance for me, Ariel. Dance for me, Ariel. Hey, man, you could always pay Mr. 4570 come on. I wouldn't want him to get recognized at Walmart. You think Bilal made a mistake by not wrestling earlier in his title fight? Yes, I do. Armin versus Ilia would have been a good first Paramount card. I know. It would have been a banger. But the UFC's protecting Ilia, man. It's a fact. Doesn't mean he's not good. Doesn't mean he's not good. It's just annoying. Dude, Kevin Holland's such a bum. The two people I shouldn't have lost to, that's Derek Brunson and D-Rod. One's a shitty striker who gets it done, and one's a shitty grappler who gets it done. They both suck ass. Well, then what are you? Recognized at Walmart? Yeah, 4570 doesn't get recognized. What happened? Joey just got here? Nothing much. Bilal really let casuals get in his head. Now, I don't think he let casuals get in his head. He was doing very good on the feet. And so he thought he could win on the feet, and he was going to prove a point. It would have been hilarious for him to outstriking JDM. 5 rounds of striking, Bilal beats JDM would have been hilarious. And I think that's what he was aiming for, to prove a point. I really do. Bilal made a mistake, sure, but wow, how he kept it competitive on the feet. Yeah, his striking was way underrated. I said that going into the fight. Hey, he should have fought Carlos while he's healed instead of holding onto that belt until the White House card. It is what it is. I don't think he's ever defending that belt. I don't think he'll ever defend that belt. There's nobody coming back from a catastrophic injury in a long layoff. So who's he going to fight? Damn. Who wins Bilal JDM rematch? Probably JDM because Bilal's getting older. Bilal was winning on the feet for a portion of the fight. It wasn't until the last 2 minutes that JDM started teeing off. Yeah, he rocked him or wobbled him one time. And then he really started peppering him up. That end of that 5th round is where he did the majority of his damage. Yeah, if he would have kept him down in the 5th, he would have won. Yep, Bilal versus JDM was a great battle. All the commentators afterwards were impressed. That was a great fight. A super underrated fight. Joey, thoughts on Gary saying he has no interest fighting Leon? I kind of get it, man. What's there to get out of fighting Leon, man? He's been used up. He's been used up. Merab went from UFC contender to bantamweight best in 14 months, essentially. The thing is, Merab put in a lot of work before he even became champion, man. And motherfuckers like the UFC tried to bury him. Dana's even admitted to it recently. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of Merab. Like, what the fuck, dude? You're not supposed to be a big fan of anyone. You're supposed to fucking put the best versus the best. And instead you protected O'Malley like a little bitch boy. Sean Brady Morales added to 322 is solid. 322 is great. Is great. Yeah, he was trying to prove a point to the casuals. He should have boxed and wrestled like he always does. But yes, his striking is better than previously thought. I knew his boxing was that good. People laughed at me when I picked Bilal over Burns. People laughed at me. Do you guys remember talking about that on stream? People were making fun of me because I said Bilal could outstrike Gilbert. And what did he do? He went out there for 5 rounds and outstruck him. That's one of my best underrated confident picks of all time. Bilal over Gilbert. Does anyone remember that in here? Colby Duck Bilal. Colby ran from Bilal for years, man. He didn't want Gary either. If Merab Pantoja both win, I think that already should have been booked. Thoughts on Alex actually finishing DDP, something Khamzat could never do. Apparently, Alex, I don't know, is DDP coming off a catastrophic injury, being rushed back on short notice? Don't let people who like playing revisionist history convince y'all that Bilal had nothing for JDM. That was extremely back and forth. Razor close fight, too. I would pick JDM in a rematch just because Bilal isn't getting any younger. Unless they ran it back immediately, then I'd pick Bilal in a rematch. Colby's a bitch. Hey, if Islam wins that title, he's going to fight contenders and not stall out the division. Hopefully. The way he beat Damian Maia was impressive, too. I thought that was one of his worst performances, actually. But maybe I haven't seen it in a while. But I remember thinking about it in real time. I thought it was a bit of an... Like, I thought he should have done better against Damian. Matt Sarah said Merab turned down the title shot 2 times because of his friend Aljo. I don't even believe that because there was no opportunity for Merab to get the title shot. So, unless they were trying to somehow just randomly put that together, when was Aljo available to fight Merab? When Merab was even considered a contender. It never made sense. So maybe they fought for revisionist history, or maybe there's been offers that we didn't know about. But you go back and you look at Aljo, right? So when was Aljamain Sterling even available to fight Merab? Let's break it down right now. So he wins the title April of 2022. Split decision against Petr Yan. We already know TJ's next because TJ wins against Corey Sandhagen. Then immediately after that, they booked a Cejudo fight. Then around that same time, I think in March, so that was in May. In March is when Merab became the #1 contender. O'Malley was already waiting on the wings off the robbery of Petr Yan. O'Malley then comes out, beats Aljo, and then fights Marlon Vera while Merab is asking for the title. So I don't know when in there was Merab being offered a title shot when he wasn't a contender at the time. Or close to a #1 contender. If Bilal beats Ian Gary, would that I would still think he's top of this game. If he beats Ian Gary, that'd be a great win for Bilal. Merab should be pound for pound #1 over Ilia. They're doing him dirty. That shit was a straight robbery. The Petr Yan fight, I know. That was one of the worst robberies I've ever seen. That made me want to stop watching the sport, if we're being honest. It was an embarrassment. Even Malley didn't think he won. I know. Did you see the way they celebrate it? How could you even celebrate that? How could you even celebrate that? Like, imagine celebrating that. Like, basically a rigged score. Oh, my God. What do you think of Bilal saying Ian Gary turned down a 5-rounder against him as president of the Ian Machado Gary fan club? Why did your team reject the offer? People need to know. Gary really wants to prioritize a finish, so he doesn't want to have to conserve his energy in the first and second round to go 5 rounds. So he's prioritizing a finish and a heavy output. That's why he preferred a 3-rounder, because he doesn't need 5 rounds to get the finish. That's the official statement of the Ian Machado Gary fan club. John Doe, thank you for the $4.99, Joey. Based on this title, I'm guessing you'll be pushing for Chimaev's undeserved double champ attempt while saying you want a meritocracy. F. Landon. What do you mean? Nowadays, anybody can go up and fight for a second title. That's just what the UFC does. That's just what the UFC does. If Chimaev wants to go up a weight class, guess what? There's no one more deserving if they're not giving it to Ank. Ank's the only one more deserving than him. Oh, Ulberg deserves it? Oh, no. What are we ever going to do? Ulberg beat Reyes. Yuri deserves it? Oh, Yuri's on a 2-fight win streak against Jamal Hill and Khalil and already fought the champion 3 times. But I'm not pushing for anything. But I really think Pereira should have to defend his title before getting that money fight. So I'd rather see Khamzat Chimaev defend his title at middleweight first before giving Pereira a money fight with no title defenses. But thank you for the $4.99, bro. Appreciate you. John Doe. You were just talking shit about Landon with your $4.99 donos, bro. I'm done. I'm done. John Doe comes in here. He's like, is Landon in here? Why I oughta? Why I oughta? Does Islam have a chance? A chance for what? Whenever Chandler talks about anything, he says it 3 times all the time. Quote, whenever you're the baddest, you're the best, you're the hardest. Go watch his pod. It's hard to listen to. A guy in his comments timestamp them. Why are you watching Chandler's pod? Who's watching Chandler's pod? I'm done. Who is watching Chandler's pod? Whenever he talks about anything, he says it in 3s all the time. Whenever you're the baddest, you're the best, you're the hardest, you're hardest. So he just says like 3 things, like a list of 3 things. Dude, Chandler's such a fucking, I don't even know what, pathetic. I can't stand Chandler at all. Chandler's very insightful. Shut your mouth, bro. Shut your mouth. Chandler's insightful. Shut up. Don't ever say some shit like that again. Does Cejudo give Talbot a second fraud check? Nah, Cejudo's a bum, man. Who's washed up and old. Talbot puts him to sleep. What do you think will end up being fight of the year? I have no idea, but it should be either Van Royval, Bilal JDM, or Umar Merab. Would JDM be a bigger deal if he had a straight nose? Maybe. Honestly, Ank's best bet right now is healing up those ribs and beating down whoever UFC wants to give a title shot to. And that would be Ulberg. That would force Alex Hand to retire or fight. Alex is never defending the belt light heavyweight, I don't think. Cejudo has no jiu-jitsu. I'm shocked he's never been subbed. I mean, when Cejudo ever uses ground game, really, ever? Whenever you upload a Chandler video, I pull out the old SD card and save it. They're so good. I'm assuming that's a saying because I don't even know how that's possible. You can just save it on YouTube to a watch list. God, I can't stand Chandler, man. I can't stand Chandler. I've been calling that shit out for years, too. And I used to be a big Chandler fan. But then I realized what a pathetic embarrassment he is. And the fact that he messaged me talking shit. How funny is that in retrospect? He messaged me talking all that shit. And I doubled and tripled down. And it really was funny. Ank only lost because Pereira was greasy facts. He was greasing up. Imagine if Alex straight up said, I'm retiring without defending a light heavyweight belt. Would that hurt his legacy? His legacy's already tainted, in my opinion. He's an industry plant who's actually got skills. Thoughts on Ank having the absolute worst title reign in light heavyweight history? You think so? I think Pereira, I'm dead ass serious. I think Pereira has a worst title reign. Like, you're fighting dudes rush back from catastrophic injuries and number 8 contenders. I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than that. Ankalaev took on the toughest test that the UFC had to offer with broken ribs and lost valiantly. You can avoid being taken down and they have great positioning on the ground. Thoughts on Alex getting the belt to ass for 25 minutes and not being able to do a thing about it? It was embarrassing. How many times has Alex defended? How many times have Ank? Alex has defended 0 times. The title that he currently has, 0 title defenses. 0 title defenses at middleweight too. So, I mean, Ank could have defended 10 times if they gave him the number 8 guy 10 times over. Rush back from catastrophic injuries. Joe, who's one fighter you used to dislike but have grown to like? For me, it's Merab. Hated him after the Aldo fight, but love him now. I don't know. You guys tell me. Who's a fighter that I've hated that's grown on me? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one right now. I'm trying to think. There's got to be someone. Bo Nickel's going to have performance tonight. Danny Sabatello. What the fuck? I hate Danny Sabatello. I forgot he even existed, but I can't stand Danny Sabatello. That is like an off-brand Kobe if Kobe fucked that dude guy, the guy that does on like the Food Network, Guy Fieri or some shit. If Kobe fucked him, it'd be Danny Sabatello coming out. Oh my god. Paddy? I don't know. No, who's the guy that I dislike that has grown on me now that I like? Danny Sabatello's funny. I think Danny Sabatello's funny. He's a bum, dude. Who talks mad shit and has the most annoying voice ever. I'm trying to think who has grown on me. Izzy. I used to not really like Izzy, but Izzy grew on me. I'm trying to think who else. You got to do a reaction vid to Chandler's recent YouTube pod. What is it about? What's his pod about? What makes it so good? Jeremy Stevens. I can't stand Jeremy Stevens. The build up against Stotts was some of the funniest shit ever. Wasn't that a garbage fight? Alex fans can say what they want. It's proven statistically that your active goat took the longest layoff of his career against Ank in both fights. He really sat out a total of a year and 2 fights. Yep. I haven't paid attention to Izzy recently. I'm trying to think someone who I haven't liked that I now like. I'm trying to think. Man, it's crazy that Ank had to get paid to take a dive, man. It's really sad. First one was, but the second one was a banger. I don't even remember. Whatever happened to Sabatello? Does he even still exist? I forget Izzy's in the UFC. Can you rate Alex's 185 title reign? I give it a 0. I give it a 0 out of 0. Early stoppage win for the title, too. Izzy was still there, man. Laura Sanko's replacing Joe Rogan. Sanko was good when she first started. Sanko was good when she first started, but then she tried to like impersonate Rogan. It's annoying. It's like she's trying to clip farm the entire time. It's super annoying. I think timing is everything. Alex just came in at the perfect moment. Okay. Dude said, really, can you rate Alex's 185 title reign? Damn, it's already this late. It's already this damn late. All right, dude, you're just going. You just keep spamming the same messages over and over and over again. Hey, bro, do you think the Dagestanis will have a champ again apart from Islam? I'm sure. I'm sure at some point in time there will be. I mean, Khamzat's not Dagestani, but everyone lumps him in with the Dagestanis. He's from the Caucasus region. Same with Mavsar, not necessarily Dagestani, but he gets lumped in. Dude, Ariel really dick riding Dana recently has really pissed me off. Oh, what the hell is this? Hey, bro, people are funny. They think their emotional preference is relevant. They are just people that don't know you and they fight. They don't give a fuck about you. Carry on being a fanboy. That's true. That is true. Damn, somehow chat just died off tonight. Tom Aspinall is just not a star, man. He just doesn't have the star power. Next week is 321, right? Or am I mistaken? No, it is. Okay. Damn, this weekend is a week out from 321. Where's the time going? Young Park finally getting his money fight or what? Thoughts on Fabian Edwards and his last fight? I don't remember his last fight. Was that when he got a head kick KO? Why is he going? You're like a mini Dana White filter, not any kind of negative shit in your chat. Because he's spamming the same messages, bro, over and over and over again. I already timed him out once, and he just keeps spamming it, man. I just timed him out till tomorrow. It's annoying. Today was my birthday. I love October. Happy birthday. We need a combo vid at Alex's 185 reign and Ank's 205 reign. That's true. Dude said you're becoming a Dana White filter, not anything negative. Like, because I don't want some dude spamming the same message in chat over and over and over and over again. Why did Ilya's wife leave him? I don't know. Probably out there graping up a storm, Conor McGregor style. Would be my guess. If Tom beats Cyril and Jones fights Alex, that's the ultimate duck for who? That's what'll happen. It's just a matter of does the UFC allow it. Ilya really copying Conor's whole flow? Yeah, he's out there graping up a storm. Paddy's a pom-pom. Ilya's ex has self-respect, unlike Conor's chick. Conor's chick's embarrassed herself time and time again. She said, I'll be warning my sons about women like you. Shut the fuck up. Your husband's a rapist. Man, Shabley really let me down when he lost to Usman. I thought Shabley actually put on a better performance than either of Paul Hughes' performances. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I have to go back and look. But, man, I swear Shabley actually was, like, putting on a good performance. I guess I got on too late. I guess I'm going to hit the old dusty trail and go record a video for tomorrow maybe. But, D, let's Conor do it. Joe would beat most middleweights. That's true. Would you bang Michael Chandler's wife? No, I would not bang Michael Chandler's wife. That's disrespectful to Chandler. That's disrespectful to Chandler, man, even though he wants to bang Conor. Am I crazy for saying it, or does Chandler have some sexual infatuation with Conor? D is almost as bad as Conor. Fuck her. She's an embarrassment. I hate to say it, but she deserves to get cheated. She deserves everything she gets from Conor. He cheats on her, that's what she gets, man. She's like, I will warn my sons about women like you. Like, you do realize she had a tampon shoved so far up her, she had to have it surgically removed. And it had your husband's seed on it while you were at home 9 months pregnant. You dirty bitch. Wait, don't go. I'm going to be live for another couple minutes. Now, Hughes did in the first fight, but I would pick Shabley to beat Hughes. Shabley's better than Hughes. Hey, fellas, just got home. About time Jack showed up around here. Chandler's really had one man on his mind for 3 years, I know. Chandler was definitely the first one to view Conor's leaks. Yeah, Ariel did get humiliated. She definitely deserves, is she funded his career, and we'll look at the very end. That shit's crazy how she can look the other way when there's a new story every month. Yeah, I hate to say it. Like, there's not that many coincidences. There's not that many coincidences. It's just not. It's Occam's razor. The simplest explanation, which requires the least amount of assumptions, is most likely true. And Connor's out here sexually harassing women on Twitter. What an embarrassment. How many guys would Chandler? Quite a few. Quite a few. Yeah, Ariel got humiliated. So what's the video idea you got? It's weird we haven't talked about it at all because it hasn't gotten any coverage at all. From my understanding, nobody's done a video on it, but there's a video that needs to be done. BKFC is shady as fuck, and they scammed Frankie Edgar. I worked on it for about 3 hours last night. I got everything I needed to record. I just needed to find some time today. Never had a chance. I'll never forget how Chell made 10 videos about that. I know. I know. Dude made so many videos about that. I really want to know why Tim retracts all his messages. I'm just scrolling up to look for something, and I see retract it, retract it, retract it, retract it, retract. He doesn't want any receipts, man. What do you mean they scammed Frankie Edgar? They straight up scammed him. They signed him in an attempt to sell tickets. They didn't sell tickets, and so they lied and said it was a medical issue instead of the reality of the situation. And the media is covering for BKFC. Old man Joe's still MIA. He owes me some money. You making a video on Tai Tuivasa's comeback? No. I don't give a fuck about Tai Tuivasa. If UFC 324 is in LA, which is rumored to be, they'll give Armin over Justin if he's able to turn around because Armenian population. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right, brother. That'd be pretty sick, brother. What the hell was this? I don't even know what this is. Damn, I didn't realize I had all these messages. Oh, yeah, where is old man Joe at? Joey's always collecting receipts. The man can retract his message, but Joey's receipts are forever. What is that? I don't even know what this message said. He already retracted it. He doesn't want them receipts out there for some reason. I don't know why. He does it every chat. I notice. He sends a message, retracts it. Or sends a message, retracts it. Getting awfully suspicious around here. I'm like Roger Jackson, man. I'll collect my receipts one way or another. I will collect my receipts one way or another. Joe, you think you can make the light heavyweight limit? Define, do I think I can? If I really wanted to, I probably could. And I'd be absolutely jacked. I would look like Yoel Romero. But would it be easy? Nah. Yan will beat Merab. Honestly, that would be crazy, but it wouldn't be that shocking to me. I think Yan could win. You got the same build as Tai Tuivasa. You can make a run at the title. That's true, man. I don't do shoeies, though. Damn. I had all these messages I never even realized. just found all these random ass messages. Like, who are these people? What is this? Damn, this is creepy. Alright, let me X out of this. Alright, Wingstop got some news. Shut up about Wingstop. It's a little puss cake. Yeah, I know. Would you ever done any mixed martial... Would you or have you done any martial arts? If not, which you do? Which would you do? I've done a little bit. I've done a little bit here and there. But if I like went hard at something, I would probably do BJJ. Or I do some Penn State wrestling. Joey, best post-fight celebration according to you? Honestly, it's probably Izzy shooting the arrows. Is Shale the most popular DM you've received? No. But the most popular one I can never say. That's private. The most famous one I can never say. Some people know. Some people know. Some people know about that bald-headed I've already said too much. I'm ranked number 5. Yeah, they were a really famous person DM me, but then they immediately retracted it. They immediately retracted it. Joe, I'm gonna drop a dono soon, so you don't retire. You're the best, Wesley. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna retire pending your dono. You can if you want, but you don't need to. I wouldn't be surprised if Gon beats Aspinall. I know, me neither. I might pick Gon. Yeah, I think Umar can do it, honestly. What are we talking about? I'm new to your channel. I'm unaware of the Wingstop hate. You definitely know the Wingstop hate. Shut the fuck up. This is I guarantee there's no way. Maybe he is telling the truth. He made his account in 2009. I fucking hate Wingstop. I fucking hate Wingstop. Wingstop, I've had it twice. Both times I threw it away. It was nasty. What's the highest dono you received? What do you think the highest dono I've received, Bing? Take a guess. Take a guess, my friend. Joey better retire only when he's in his grave, because if MMA dies, I still need Joey's live. Wait, Wingstop is hated here? Nah, Wingstop is garbage. 300? 500? 600? 700? Wingstop's... Oh, my God. You guys are... Shut up with the Wingstop. Wingstop is garbage. I think I still have it. I think it's this one right here. Nope. 1,100. 1,000. 1,200 is the new record. I'm waiting for somebody to buck up. I'm waiting for somebody to buck up. I'm waiting for someone to dare. The old record was 925. It got topped 3 times 2 Saturdays ago. You said 1,500? If someone donated 2,000, would you float away? I would just shit my britches. It'd be like I would just shit my britches like it was going out of style. At that point, I don't even know how to react, man. Just, oh, thank you, man. Thanks for the money. Look, at the end of the day, I get to say whatever I want and not pander to any MMA fan base because I got people who watch the videos and people who donate and support me. That it is what it is. But it's crazy. You got dudes dropping a $1,200 bomb. That's insane. Vapes is a maniac. I'll send $1,250. You'll probably retract that too. He's ducking the retraction allegations. He's ducking them. You'll donate $2,000 worth of Wingstop. Send me a $2,000 Wingstop gift card so I can give it away to. I'll go buy it and give it to the homeless or something. The good question is, who would you pick between Vinicius Oliveira and Malcolm Wellmaker if they made the fight? I'd probably pick Vinicius Oliveira. He's more proven right now, but I am high on Malcolm Wellmaker, so no guarantees. How do you Pied Piper that, Joey? That's actually impressive. Don't know what you could say to make me make me dono 20. I don't know. One year from now, shout out to the one who vapes for the $45,000 dono. It would not shock me if Vase drops a $5K dono at some point. That would not shock me. Not that I'm saying he has to, but it would not shock me if he drops a $5K dono. Hey, look, that's why we got a lot of channels out there that hate the channel. We got a lot of haters. They're like, man, this guy made more in donos in one stream than I made the whole year. Oliveira just fights so unorthodox. I'm surprised nobody has caught that chin clean while he's moving his head like Ronda Rousey. He has been caught clean. Gaethje, Poirier, Islam. I've been seeing Joshua Vance since his Kevin Borjas fight. What about it? Jacob, the Dono Nuke guy, falling under the radar. Just the way he likes it when he pops out to end a stream. Shout out Jacob, man. Jacob will never be forgotten around here, man. Jacob was dropping bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. I remember when dudes were going back-to-back $800 donos. I don't remember what stream that was. And let's not forget Megatronus. Dude was going off earlier this year, too. Dude dropped a couple grand in one stream. What do you mean will never be forgotten? I'm just saying he's enshrined. There's a couple dudes that are enshrined around here. The one who vapes, Jacob, Tori, Affy, and a couple others that I can't think of right now off the top of my head. Vinicius Oliveira, not Charles. Oh, I'm an idiot. Jacob made a guy do a chargeback. I know. Jacob really had a dude doing chargebacks. That's the funniest shit ever. Hey, Joe, do you remember when I donated $500? Yeah, I definitely remember that. Good times. I'm still in shock about the anonymous female donor who drops like random $300 PayPal donos when I'm not even on stream. Random $400 PayPal donos when I'm not even on stream. Shout out to her. I don't know if she wants her name out there. Otherwise, I'd put it out there. I will never forget that, Jack. Remember when Chase was like, I'll match the next dono, and Vapes dropped an $800 dono. And he said, never mind. What's the biggest off-stream dono? 500. There's been a couple, like, big donos. Like, it's actually shocking to me when I'll just randomly, because I have notifications on my phone. Just so I see it. I have it pop up on my computer, but I also have it on my phone. So I usually have my phone sitting up here. And like I'll just be out doing something and randomly, like it'll be like a fucking $400 dono. I can't remember what it was for. But it said something like, it was about a video that got demonetized. And I was talking about it on a stream. And they're like, here's for the demonetized video. And they donated $400. That was the anonymous female donor. Then Affy donated $500 like a month ago and said, hey, get on stream. The $500. The $500 dono is also a bat signal. If I get a $500 dono off stream, if I'm requested, I will try to get on stream as soon as physically possible. That's the bat call. Yeah, Vinicius Oliveira, I actually didn't think that highly of him when Bernardo Sopai was taking him down. Bernardo Sopai kind of made Oliveira not look that good. Where's Megatronus, our Google user? They're still here on occasion. What was the first big dono on the channel? Do you remember what it was? I don't remember like the first big dono. I think was Vapes the first 500 or no? I don't remember. I don't know if he was. I think there might have been a couple 500s before him, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I remember the first time I was pretty hyped. I think it was a guy named Felix dropped a $50 dono when I first got monetized. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I thought it was insane. Yeah, Tori. Yeah, Tori was dropping. I remember Tori dropped like $800 worth of donos in one night, like a couple years back, and I was like, holy shit. Tori was the first ever made man around here. How do you feel about King of the Hill? Never really watched it. But damn, all we're talking about here is donos. Someone's going to comment later and be like, what the hell, bro? What the hell is this about? What is this? Why the random question about King of the Hill? UFC Vancouver is that ass? It's all right. I don't think it's great. But I'm going to get off and go record my video real quick. Dude's got the rock slides on. I'm done. I got one. I love Merab breaking the record for 4 champ defenses. What happened with Helwani? He got embarrassed, bro. Guys, run up the likes on the stream. Getting real bummy around here. Only 58 likes. There was like 160 people in here at one point. Hate guys who don't fight textbook-wise? What do you mean? I can't wait till Yuri gets clipped again. He will. Why? What a short stream. It's late, man. I got to go record a video. I'm actually might not even because I'm kind of tired now. It's late as hell. It's late as hell. I got a banger video I want to record. I was going to do it last night, but it took me like 3 hours. It took me like 3 hours to research everything I needed for it. Can you specify Helwani getting embarrassed? Paulie Malignaggi embarrassed him and called him out to his face, and Helwani acted like he 10-7'd him. Releasing tonight, tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon, if I get it done tonight. But I might just go to sleep and try to record it tomorrow afternoon, potentially. We'll see. Alex is avoiding Khamzat now like his life depends on it. Yeah, but he was begging to fight DDP. I'm a little hype RDR after beat Bobby. That was crazy. That was crazy. But listen, boys, I'm going to get out of here and try to record this video real quick. I don't want to get too tired. I'm getting kind of tired. It's getting kind of late. Maybe, I don't know if I'll drop it tonight. I'll probably wait till tomorrow. Helwani got real mad. That's how you know there's a truth in what the guys started focusing on. I know. Started focusing only on the Dana part and not the counter part. I know. I know. All right, boys, I'm getting out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Like the stream. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you for watching. Adios. Adios. Adios.